You've been doing everything, affirmations, visualizations, techniques, but it's still not showing up. Why? Because manifestation isn't about doing more. It's about being more. And the truth is, it works the moment you stop forcing it. In this video, I'll show you why all your extra efforts might be blocking your desire, and how to shift into the state where it naturally flows to you. This will change everything. Let's start with a simple question. Are you truly manifesting your desire? Or are you forcing it? At first glance, it might look the same. You're visualizing, affirming, doing your meditations, even checking off your daily spiritual to-do list. But when we take a closer look, the emotional energy behind it tells a completely different story. Forcing is what happens when your actions are rooted in lack. You feel like you don't have what you want, so you do more, push harder, and try to make it happen. Obsessive visualization, repeating affirmations out of panic, checking signs like angel numbers or whether your SP viewed your story. These are all symptoms of a deeper problem, the belief that it isn't here yet and you must go get it. The emotion behind forcing is always fear. Fear that it's not working. Fear that it's taking too long. Fear that you're doing it wrong. You're watching the clock. You're scanning the world for evidence. You're living in the assumption that it's not done. But manifestation doesn't respond to what you're doing. It responds to who you're being. And if who you're being is someone who feels incomplete, stressed, or anxious about their desire, then you're only reinforcing the absence of it. Neville Goddard taught the law of assumption, which says, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Ask yourself honestly, if you knew it was done, would you be panicking, looking for signs every hour? Would you be exhausting yourself trying to prove your manifestation is working? Of course not. You'd be still. You'd be at peace. Because the one who knows it's done doesn't force, it simply lives as if. And that's the truth most people miss. True faith doesn't hustle. It rests. It trusts. And that trust is the birthplace of all that you desire. Now let's talk about the energetic difference between wanting and having. Neville famously said, you must assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. That's not a metaphor. It's not a poetic idea. It's literal. Your job isn't to make the desire happen. Your job is to become the version of yourself who already has it. When you are living in the end, you don't need to chase anything. You're not checking if it's working. You're not tweaking your techniques. You're simply being. There is a natural calm that comes with knowing. Imagine how you behave the day before a trip you've already booked. The ticket is in your hand. The plans are made. You don't hope you're going, you know. That's the energy of the wish fulfilled. You move through your day with assurance. No forcing, no questioning, just preparation and quiet excitement. Contrast that with the energy of trying to force manifestation. That energy is frantic, impatient, and full of inner conflict. It's like trying to fall asleep. You can't force sleep. The more you try, the more awake you become. Manifestation is the same. The more you chase, the more you affirm that you don't have it. But when you shift from needing to having, when you become, the desire is already yours in consciousness, and life begins to reflect that truth. This is not about fantasy. It's about embodying the vibration of the end. It's a subtle yet powerful shift that brings the outer world into alignment with your inner reality. Many people don't realize they're forcing because their actions look spiritual on the surface. So let's go over some subtle but powerful signs that you might be forcing your manifestation without knowing it. First, you're repeating affirmations hundreds of times a day, but your heart isn't in it. You're saying the words mechanically, hoping they'll override the fear inside you. Second, you're addicted to validation. You scroll through Instagram looking for angel numbers, pull tarot cards every night, or obsess over whether your specific person viewed your story. You're begging the universe for proof, for evidence. Third, you're obsessed with time. You mark the days since you started manifesting. It's been 21 days. Where is it? You watch other people's stories on YouTube and ask, why hasn't it happened for me yet? And finally, you compare your journey constantly. You feel behind. You wonder if you missed a step. You're not calm, you're tense. You're not fulfilled. You're empty and trying to fix it with spiritual effort. These behaviors all stem from one thing. You are not dwelling in the state of the wish fulfilled. You are still in the state of lack. And no amount of action can override the feeling of not having. As Neville said, change your conception of yourself and you will automatically change the world in which you live. When you're forcing, you're trying to change the outer world while remaining the same within. True manifestation starts on the inside. The moment you shift internally, everything external begins to reconfigure. That's why effort without alignment is futile. It's not what you do, it's who you are while doing it that shapes your reality. This is where most people get confused. Letting go doesn't mean giving up on your desire. It doesn't mean you stop wanting it. Letting go means you stop needing it to feel whole. You drop the panic. You drop the timeline. You drop the idea that your life is on hold until this thing arrives. Letting go is about becoming the person who already has it, and trusting that it will show up in form, not as a result of force, but as a reflection of who you've become. Many people ask, but if I let go, won't the universe think I don't want it anymore? That's not how it works. The universe, or more accurately, your subconscious, is not responding to words. It's responding to identity. When you let go, you signal that you already have it. You feel natural in the state. You no longer need to chase or crave because it's already who you are. Neville explained this beautifully. When a desire becomes so natural, so much a part of you, it ceases to be a desire. It becomes your assumption. That's the goal. To move from desire to assumption. From wanting to being. Letting go is a quiet confidence. You still love the desire. You still enjoy thinking about it. But there's no grasping. No grasping means no resistance. And no resistance is the fertile soil where manifestations grow. Think of a tree. Its growth is silent, consistent, and effortless. That's the model of true creation. You don't have to push. You simply become, and all that aligns with your being is drawn to you naturally, like gravity. Letting go is not the end of desire. It's the beginning of embodiment. So how do you make this shift, from forcing to allowing, from fear to faith, from lack to fulfillment? Let's walk through it step by step. Step 1. Pause and reflect. Ask yourself honestly, why do I feel the need to force? What do I believe I lack right now? Become aware of the emotional root behind your actions. Is it peace or panic? If it's panic, that's okay. Awareness is the first step to realignment. Most people are so busy doing that they never stop to ask why they're doing it in the first place. Step 2. Feel the end result. Visualize once, deeply, vividly, emotionally. Let yourself sink into the scene of the wish fulfilled. Don't do it to make it happen. Do it because it's already done. As Neville said, live your life in a sublime spirit of confidence and determination. Disregard appearances, conditions, in fact disregard all evidence of your senses that deny the fulfillment of your desire. This kind of inner conviction changes everything. Step 3. Choose trust over control. The ego wants control. The higher self wants expression. So instead of asking, how will it happen? Ask, what does the version of me who already has it think and feel right now? That's your shortcut. That's your map. When you live from the end, you stop needing external confirmation because you've already claimed it internally. Step 4. Practice being in the state. Walk like it. Talk like it. Think from it. If you were already wealthy, already in love, already chosen, how would you move through your day? Be that person now. Don't wait. Creation is finished. The more you embody that version of yourself, the more reality rearranges itself to reflect that identity. Step 5. Detach from the outcome. This doesn't mean you give up your desire. It means your sense of self-worth, happiness, and fulfillment are no longer tied to it. Create a life that's full, with or without the manifestation. Ironically, that's what allows it to come. Because you've stopped needing it to complete you. You've remembered you were already whole. The shift from desperation to certainty is the final unlocking key. Neville was very clear on one point. Manifestation is not effort, it is belief. He said, be still and know that you are. Not become, not chase. No, your imagination is the creative power of God within you. When you assume something as true, regardless of current facts, you're planting a seed in the subconscious. That seed will grow, not because you force it, but because it must. Nature doesn't struggle. The seed doesn't push. It becomes. One of Neville's most famous stories is about a woman who imagined receiving a letter from her sister. She didn't beg. She didn't do 10 techniques a day. She simply felt the joy of holding the letter and imagined reading it with emotion. A few days later, the letter arrived, unexpected, unsolicited. This is the power of stillness, of inner conviction. It doesn't matter what the world looks like. It only matters what you accept as true inside. Persistence in assumption is the only force you need. As Neville said, your assumption, though false, if persisted in, will harden into fact. This is not about manipulating reality. It's about stepping into the higher truth that your imagination is reality. The outer is only a shadow of the inner. Shift the shadow, and the world must follow. Let's wrap this up. Forcing comes from fear. Forcing says, it's not here yet and I need to do something fast. But manifestation doesn't respond to force. It responds to alignment. When you let go, you signal trust. You move from doing to being. You drop the need to control and step into the state of already having. You stop searching for signs because the only sign that matters is the one you hold inside, the feeling of the wish fulfilled. You don't manifest by trying harder. You manifest by believing deeper. You don't need to prove anything. You just need to assume it's already done. You don't chase what you are, you express it. That's the essence of this teaching. Manifestation is not about getting, it's about becoming. And once you become it within, the outer must reflect it. So take a breath, step back, and remember, if it's yours in imagination, it's yours in reality. Don't force, don't beg, don't struggle. It's not about doing more, it's about trusting more. Be still, be certain, be it. The state you dwell in is the life you create. So choose wisely, choose boldly, and most of all, choose as if it were already done. What part of this message hit home for you the most? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear your experience with letting go and trusting the process. I will meet you with another golden nugget. Happy manifesting.